So essentially, pre-sales are the new sales, it turns out, in the internet world. And especially when you want to build something that's physical, it's very expensive to try to go over to China and do it. One of my good friends named Joe, he essentially launched a way to turn your iPhone into a 3D camera / 3D kind of viewer. And they call it Poppy. And essentially they scoped it out what it would cost to get this done in China. They believed that they could get these built for about $5, but essentially to build them in enough volume to make it interesting, it was really challenging. So they posted it on Kickstarter. And literally they had tens of thousands of orders within the first couple weeks. They used press, and then they knew that they could actually raise capital to fund the rest of the development. That was the start of Poppy. So essentially you can build and design a prototype. They built one device that they tested the concept and made it work, and that's how they launched it on Kickstarter. So Kickstarter is a great new tool to actually build revenue. We'll talk about an example here very quickly on Pebble Watch. And Pebble Watch was essentially, you've probably now all seen the ads, I think it's for Samsung, that now has a watch that essentially kind of syncs to your phone, kind of will tell you when you have a new message. Well, before Samsung came out with it, there was Pebble. And Pebble essentially launched on Kickstarter, and over the course of the next 30 days, they raised $10 million in pre-sales of their phone, of their device. And essentially, super happy, it didn't work all that great when it came out, but they essentially were able to raise a bunch more capital from doing it. And that's one of the powerful things about using kind of Kickstarter as a way to build an MVP. All these guys had, and all my friend Joe had, was one working prototype. They had one version they built. They took around the community to see if people liked it, and that was essentially what they built into Poppy and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars based on one prototype and a great video. So Kickstarter is a simple way to do it, and again, if any of you guys are thinking about building a hardware prototype or whatever it is, let me know, and I'm happy to introduce you to a number of people. One of my good friends here in town, her name's Shazia, her son Amir, launched something called Automate, O-T-T-M-A-T-E, Automate. And it is essentially a way, if you plug in your iPhone charger cord into the cord, it's constantly using electricity, even if your phone's not plugged in, which is a total waste of electricity. So he basically built a simple device that you could plug in, and if something else isn't plugged in the other end, it turns it off. Launched it on Kickstarter. He's 14 years old, and he already has tens of thousands of dollars of pre-sales. So even a 14-year-old can build a prototype and launch it on Kickstarter on your startup's journey.